This is tutorial 1 of a two-part tutorial that introduces the basic concepts of AutoCAD. In this tutorial, we'll cover how to bring in a raster image and trace over it in order to create an editable vector drawing. This is a technique that may be helpful if you're trying to trace an existing map of a city or an existing plan of a building. Let's start a new drawing using our acad.dwt template. At the beginning of any drawing, remember to type units and change your units from decimal to architectural. We've downloaded a PDF file from the website, and we're going to place that in AutoCAD using a command called Xref. Before we attach our external reference, we're going to save the AutoCAD file. Now that you've saved your AutoCAD file, type the command XR for Xref. In this window, click on the drop-down arrow next to Attach DWG. Click on Attach PDF. Select the PDF downloaded from our website, and in this menu, change path type from full path to relative path. This will make it easier to work on your document if you move the file across different computers. As long as your attached PDF file remains in the same location, such as your desktop, it should work across multiple computers. Specify a scale factor of 1, an insertion point of 0, 0, 0, and leave the rotation at the default of 0. Click OK. Type the command Z enter, E enter. Before we start working on this any further, we're going to want to change our crosshair colors. The lines in this PDF are white, and our crosshair is also white, which can make it difficult to draft. To change your crosshair color, type the command OP for options. In this menu, click on the Drafting tab at the top of your window, and then click on Colors in this window. At the top of this menu, click on 2D Model Space, and then click on Crosshairs. Right now, the crosshair is white. Let's change it to magenta so it's easier for us to see. Click Apply and Close. Click OK. And now our crosshair is easier to see on this PDF. The next thing we need to do is scale this drawing. In CAD, we try to draw such that the real-world unit of 1 foot corresponds to 1 foot in our drawing. Right now, our PDF is imported at the size of the scan of the paper. We're going to change it following the scale at the bottom of the PDF. Now we're going to use the Scale command. Type SC for scale. Select the edge of your window, right-click, zoom into 0, and click right on the edge of this line. Now AutoCAD's going to ask you to specify a scale factor, or, since we don't know the scale factor we need, we're going to use a reference. Click on Reference or type R. Again, we're going to zoom in onto the 0, click right on the line, and specify your second point at 200. Zoom in to get it right on the line, and hold down Shift to lock your line into a straight line. Click at the very edge. Now type the new length of 200 and then the foot symbol. Hit Enter. Type Z, Enter, E, Enter to zoom to extents. And we can now see that our drawing has been scaled. We can check the scale by typing DI for distance. The distance command will measure the distance between 2 points. Again, we'll click on our drawing for 0, hold down Shift, click on 200, and we're getting 199 feet, 8 inches and 3/16 equals 200. That's pretty close, and if you feel that you can get closer, we could repeat this process again, but that's pretty good for what we're doing. Let's go ahead and measure our distance in a few other places in the drawing. Here, we can see that this building is 60 feet. Type DI for distance, click on the edge of this line, the edge of this line, and we're getting 60 feet. Now would be a good time to save your file. Now we're going to rotate the drawing so that the grid of the city matches the grid in our document. Sometimes you'll want to rotate a drawing such that the north arrow follows the y-axis, but for drawing a city grid like this, I prefer to rotate it such that the XY axis follows your buildings. In many of your studio projects, you may need to make AutoCAD files with multiple grids in different directions. If you're interested in this, you may want to Google UCS, which is a coordinate system feature that AutoCAD has. This will allow you to shift between multiple types of grids and may be very helpful later on. For now, though, let's just rotate this drawing such that our grid follows the city grid. Zoom into your drawing and type RO for rotate. Select the edge of your drawing, right-click, and specify a base point. We'll use this intersection. We don't know our rotation angle, so we're going to use a reference. Type R, right-click, and let's select our reference at this intersection and specify our second point at the end. Click. Now hold down Shift and drag out your line and click. We can check the rotation by drawing a new line from this intersection, holding down Shift, and dragging over. This looks pretty good. For our purposes, this is close enough. Some intersections and lines in your rotated drawing may still not be perfect. This can be caused by errors in your original image. A lot of these maps were done by tracing aerial photos, and sometimes the streets in our cities just aren't perfectly gridded. But for what we're doing, this should be fine. The last topic we're going to go over is how to move the origin of your file. This will be helpful if you're working in groups or if you want to import other files on top of this and have them all come together seamlessly at the same location in each file. For our drawing, we're going to try to make Morrow and Marsh, the corner of this intersection, our origin point. Zoom out to see the edge of your drawing, type M for move, click on the edge, right-click, and then we're going to specify our base point right at the corner of Morrow and Marsh. Click. And now we're going to use a coordinate system. We want this drawing to be at exactly x0, y0, z0. To do that, type the hashtag button on your keyboard and type 0, 0, 0, and hit enter. The drawing should now automatically go to the 0 point for x and y, and anytime you need to bring in other drawings or coordinate with a team, everyone will have their same origin and they should line up correctly. This is a good time to save, and now let's move on to tutorial 2.